Right then.
I don't normally.
I talk too much, that's what it is. Welcome to Roundtable 59. This is our weekly event, same time every Tuesday, apart from when we move it, but mainly Tuesday, where we recap the previous week and we reveal our plans for the coming week and world domination. After we're done, we'll endeavour to answer any questions you may have, apart from the ones we don't want to answer or have dodgy answers. This whole event will be on YouTube shortly after for you to re-listen to or catch up if you could not attend or lo and behold had to go early, in which case shame on you, you shouldn't be doing that. Thank you for joining, let's crack on. General chat has been recorded for YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Let's get the gifts out of the way. Go, go, gifts.
Oh, I didn't prepare it.
Of course you didn't. Yay.
Well, I mean, I have my usual go-to one, but yeah. Okay, that gift needs to be banned.
Yeah, it does. That's just terrible. So, fairly quick one this week because we've both got loads on, stuff to do tomorrow and prep to do that we still haven't managed to do. So, general news for this week: the new game bridge system rolled everybody's subs over on the 1st, and everything seemed to go fairly well, don't you think?
It worked.
It was pretty cool. It worked. It was all good. There will be no downtime tomorrow. Why will there be no downtime tomorrow? Because we did it today. Obviously, DJ and myself will not be around tomorrow. DJ's having his electric turned off, so he can do some weird things. Something about smart meters, but probably world domination. I'm going out with my sister because it's my birthday on Thursday, so if you've got tickets tomorrow, be patient because there isn't going to be people about until probably late evening, at least for me. So, gaming news. I'll hand over to you. All yours.
So servers will obviously restart tomorrow morning if they're scheduled to. So like Fjordjord and Genesis 2. But there won't be the extended downtime that you're used to. Little bit of ARC news this week. Nothing massively major. I'll just recap over everything that was that went out in the server updates throughout the week. Tech shields over the World Boss arenas have been removed and have replaced with standing stones. Hitching posts are limited to 4 per tribe and up to 4 dinos attached to each one. As you've probably all noticed, the maximum number of players connected to each server is now set to 40. But with that in mind, all supporters now have priority access, so if primarily Fjordjord caps, you will still be able to get on. With that, Fjordjord also now has a daily restart. Exclamation mark downtime in Fred's house for more information. Electronic stacks have been increased to 1,500. That's up from a measly 200, I believe.
I think that was actually 200. I think that was 100 actually. It was really
100,
low.
200.
Electronics, yeah, I think it was 100.
Yeah. We're also now selling them in batches of 1,500 on the shop in game, so slightly more reasonable. Stack sizes on species Z been reduced to match species Y. Technically, they're grenades, so you don't need to be carrying stacks of 100 grenades. 1, because you wouldn't be able to walk with them, and 2, what's the point? Tech crop plot engram. The vanilla one has been put back into the engrams list. This is because without it, you couldn't get the, I won't say achievement, you couldn't get the extra 10 levels for learning every single explorer note in the game. The tech crop plot on Genesis 2 was one of them, and without being able to craft the vanilla one, it wouldn't unlock. With that in mind, I think we have the first person on the cluster to achieve that illustrious, so whether illustrious, right? Prestigious milestone in having unlocked every single engram on the cluster. So a big round of applause.
Self-abuse.
Yeah, big round of applause to Board Panda for that one. Some congratulations in chat, like exploding things and fireworks. All fireworks, yes. Fireworks, I like fireworks. Yay! Oh, there's a good one. So, for everyone that's saying it's not possible, it is possible. Few more gifts, please. Yes, maximum effort. Maximum effort was had by all there. So I'm expecting Panda to be the first wielder of Mjolnir on the server, but you never know. Somebody might catch up. So moving on. Drop the levels of large tech walls and extra large tech walls. Just dropped a couple of levels to balance things out a little bit down to 73. And now the most exciting piece of ARC news we have all week. This is just like top of the table. Leeches have been added to Fjordur that don't spawn in caves. They are squirreled away at super secret locations around the map, where you'd possibly expect to find a leech, or maybe not. What I really hope you did, Nani, when you put those spawners down, is you found somebody's toilet in their house and put a spawner under that.
Maybe. Maybe
So
someone's
for
going to get
those of you
leeches
that
in their
want,
bed at night. I don't know.
yeah, leeches in the beaches, or the swamps, or the mangroves, or other places you may find leeches. But they are an exceptional source of leech blood and blood packs.
Not that
So
you need
feel
blood
free
packs
to,
anymore with the bats.
yeah, true. So feel free to go tame a few. Are they breedable? That is the question. Can you
Leeches,
breed a leech?
leeches might be actually. Depends, because Kraken did that whole. No. They,
Somebody's got to try putting a leech in a propagator.
well, the Maganura are breedable now, and all the other flies and ticks and vomits, so it's possible.
Oh, the snails are a whole different ball game. That's you don't put leeches on Wander to get resources from them or think that you need to. So problem with the snails is you put them on Wander and they were breeding even when they're not supposed to be breeding. So I got fed up with that.
They've also taken master classes from Houdini at escapism.
Hmm. New teleport system went in. So there's a whole bunch of new commands. Now, the commands that are available to everybody are list TP, all one word, and then /TP, followed by the name of the location you want to teleport to. At the moment, most maps have a teleport, or all maps have a teleport location for the trading post. Any maps that have a boss arena or a PvP arena also have a teleport location for those arenas as well, for ease of travel getting to and from. And the docks servers have teleport locations for all of the obelisks because they don't have a trading post. There's a new supporter perk that went in for tier 1 was the ability to create home points. So you can use add home followed by a name to set your home point. It must be near structures. Remove home to remove a home point, and /home followed by the name to teleport to that home point. And list home as well will list all your homes. On the dock servers again, they get 2 home points on a dock server because, well, they just do. So you could have 2 little bases up and running. The homes are limited by having friendly structures nearby, but not just like a token amount of 1 or 2. I think it's like 50 plus or something like that. So you've got to have a proper base presence there. Which kind of leads into docks. Teleport points for red, green, and blue obelisks it put in place. Oh, I forgot to cover off that the teleport system has a 6-second cast time, so kind of like a Hearthstone in WoW, with a 60-second cooldown. And if you do get hit while teleporting, it will interrupt your teleport. and you can't move while teleporting either. So it's kind of like a cheese-free teleport system. You've got to be in a safe spot to be able to use it. So happy you did the required structures for /home, so try to put it in a no-no place for fast TV. Yes. Dravros, yes. Ultrans has kindly linked the in-game commands page on the website, so that's all cool. Yeah, you can use the in-game teleports, but this is for kind of like not everybody has full access to tech because they're playing on the map for the first time. It's a convenient way for supporters to move around the map, and if you just want to get back to your base and you might be naked and afraid, it's one way of doing it. It's just a quality of life improvement. So moving on to docs side of things, a lot of settings have changed on docs. Doc's hardest server is up on the center, and looking at both our feedback and the feedback from the players or from the users of the official Docs Discord, people have been asking for the center an awful lot. He's got a poll up at the moment, I believe, and the center is coming out the top. So Doc's hardest is on the center. You can transfer your characters between Doc's easy and Doc's hardest, but you can't take anything with you. No dinos, no items, nothing like that. We've also put the upgrade station in on both Docs servers. The blueprints facility is not included, so it's a grinder facility and augments. Now, the augments are limited up to a certain quality, so they don't make the endgame gear redundant. I got some settings from Mike on that one to help out with the balancing of that. So that should all work quite nicely. I've increased the cloning speed on both of the maps, and I've reduced the cost of cloning. Crop plots are stackable on docks now, and turrets on platform saddles are disabled. Species X will still work on rafts, but that's about it. The last thing we've done as well is we found a much smaller mod that allows you to build awesome boats, down from about 1.5 gigabytes to a couple of 100 megabytes. It's called Advanced Rafts. Now, I've put that on the hardest server because nobody's built anything significant on there, but I have plans to put that onto the easy server as well and remove Conquer the Seas. But that will require me having a bit of a play around on Doc's hardest, making sure it works as expected, and then I'll give you guys notice, and you can take anything valuable off of your ships on easy and store them somewhere. It's not going to get destroyed, and then you can move them over to your new boats when the new mod goes in. Biggest advantage there, it's just a hell of a lot smaller and uses kind of existing functionality more rather than massive textures and bloaty kind of approach. While Conquer the Seas looks cool, it's not the best mod in the world when it comes to efficiency, I believe. So other than that, that pretty much covers off the ARC section. So has anybody got anything they want to add? Oh, actually I do. Sorry, one more thing. We can enable, we found a way to enable the trike and mammoth, was it? Platform saddles?
Yeah.
And prevent the cheese. And the cheese being building small mobile gun platforms. So I can put those saddles back into the game, but you will not be able to place turrets on them. And if you do manage to place turrets on them, they will not fire. Thoughts on that? So that we don't have a trike loaded up with 50 turrets. Yeah, completely. I don't. I'm kind of like, yeah, we'll put the saddles in, but the problem we had was they were smaller dinos, so that they would fit in or go in places they were not supposed to be, loaded up with like, well, mobile death platforms, basically. Um, could be, but turrets were never meant to be fitted to platforms. Interesting conversation. So, something else that I've discovered, which I want to talk about, and it's related to server performance. A little while ago, not Arc, Wildcard did something kind of cool. They um, changed the way structures are loaded in for players to be more of a kind of Minecraft type system where areas or structures are loaded in chunks, and only the chunks that are relevant to the player in that area are loaded rather than the whole area. They kind of gridded it all up. It's something called structure stasis grid. So they, you'd have a chunk go into stasis, and you would only come out of stasis when the person needed to access it or it was relevant to that player, rather than the whole area around them in a massive circle coming out of stasis. Now, I've been trawling back through all the update notes and patch notes and mod notes for all the mods we use to see which ones were compatible with that system. And it looks like the vast majority of them are. So I need to run a test. And I'm thinking we run that test probably. No, when you walk, well, Unreal Engine maps are just giant maps. They're not chopped up into any specific kind of size or area. It's just a radius around the player, and everything in that radius around the player gets brought out of stasis as the player wanders around, including massive bases. So the new system, structure stasis grid, chops up heavily built up areas into chunks, and only loads and unloads those chunks with kind of a lot less stress on the server. And the comment from Wildcard was, busy servers with a lot of players and big bases will see the most significant performance gains from using this new system. And it was new like 2 years ago, but they never automatically switched it on for unofficials, as far as I can tell. So we've got a command line argument which I can turn on, and we can try it out. But I need to try it out with a large number of people on the server. So I think we pick a time. I save Fjordjaw and lock it so nobody could transfer there for a bit at all. And then we turn the option on and see what breaks. If it all goes tits up, we roll back to the save and carry on as normal. If we find that we're suddenly getting blindingly better performance and everybody's structures are still intact and working as expected, then yeah, we leave it. But more news coming about that soon. I can give you the official blurb in Discord now. There we go. This is old. This is kind of old news though, so that's the official bit of blurb about it. But I've just been spending a whole chunk of time working through the mods to seeing which ones support it and which ones don't. But given that's over a year old, probably nearly 2 years old now, there might be a good opportunity there to gain some extra ticks on the server. Right, does anybody have any ARC related questions? We'll wrap that lot up and then we'll move on to 7 days. Questions in general, please, because I'm watching general. I'm watching you all know everything. More Rexes on Fjordjaw. Okay, I'll let you in on an awesome secret on how to get more Rexes on Fjordjaw. Kill all the carnivores. Then you get more Rexes. Yay. Can we get tech rock drake saddles on Fjordjaw?
Can you not just learn the engram for tech rock drake saddles
Kind of what I was thinking.
and make one? Yes, we did. But you can also make them.
Yeah, the ones that drop from the Apex bosses are high level. Oh, you want the tech rock drake saddles to drop? They, let me think. No, they're not in the loot pool for the high level blueprints. Is there going to be an Apex boss for Fjordjaw? Probably not yet, given there's a whole bunch of bosses on the map already that need killing. So you've got the 3
Long
mini
term.
bosses, the 3 island bosses, plus the final Fjordjaw boss. But long term, yeah, why not? We can always add more. I'd be more inclined, though, to take one of the exclusive creatures from Fjordjaw, put it on another map as a boss, given that Fjordjaw already has 7 bosses on it. I've not really messed with flyers as bosses. The dragons had issues where they just wanted to fly off and do their own thing. I'm not sure what the bat would do. We'd have to put a. Could we tell it to hang upside down and wait for people? Do they just do that naturally? I mean, if you just spawned in a bat, would it just fly to the ceiling and hang there? Do we make our own mods? We modify the game, so yes.
We also do actually have our own mod, yeah. Ooh. That's good information. That's really good information.
Well, what you could do is a chibi. Now that would be awesome.
Yeah,
You
I've
could take a
said
you
several
could
times before we could do with an Alice chibi.
yeah,
That would be amazing.
or we could interesting. Why did we add so many more dinos to the vote rewards pool? Because everybody had the dinos in the vote rewards pool. It wasn't really a pool, it was more you vote and you're guaranteed to get one of these things within like a few weeks. It wasn't really a pool. It was more of a, yeah, I've got a wyvern. Cool. Now I can fly around the map and do anything I want. Problem with vote rewards, so people will complain when they don't get what they want. People complain when they do get what they want, and people will complain. So now it's just random, and you complete luck of the draw if you get something good, bad, ugly, or all of the above.
It's risk versus reward for the dinos, basically. So those you get from voting are good. They're useful. You can, do what you want with them. But the top tier stuff is from the shop or taming.
Yes, the higher level dinos that you would get as rewards will come from world bosses. So the vote rewards, because vote rewards are so accessible, we thought it'd be nice, just to give something back. So you get some points, you get some useful items, and you're pretty much guaranteed to get a dino once every round of voting. Won't always be useful, but some people have got some really good stuff out of it. The next tier up from that would be in ways of acquiring things other than taming them, would be the in-game shop. Obviously, that's not available on Fjordjaw at the moment, but on the rest of the cluster it is. Then above that would be the dino rewards you get from the world bosses, which are much better levels than what you get from the vote rewards.
Just quickly, FJ shop, that will open when the alpha top end Apex boss goes down.
So, sorry, no, when the final boss of Fjordjaw dies.
Yeah,
on alpha difficulty.
Yes, the top end boss on Fjordjaw on alpha will have to die for that, and we need some proof. Proof of
Yes.
kill, and a photo maybe contains.
Well, ideally, we want the video. That's normal, usual requirements for proving your awesomeness. Video your kill. Goes in the news, get in your Hall of Heroes, the shop opens for everybody. It's possible to increase the range of a torch when it's had a dino saddle. Well, it is possible, yes. We'd have to mod in our own torch and increase its range.
I'm not sure about that, though. It's a survival game.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's so many other options available. I mean, for instance, you could put a platform saddle on a trike and whack a generator on the back and put spotlights all over it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dino floodlights. Yeah, we've done that before. We have
Totally.
floodlights on the front of our rafts and dinos and all sorts. Daedrith, you should be able to log straight in if it's showing as full. Right. Are you connecting through the in-game server browser, or are you trying to go in through Steam? Okay. If you connect through the game, you'll go straight in. For whatever reason, Steam's counts just do not update properly, and it's a pain. Nani has helpfully linked you the our little guide to adding your servers to the favorites in game. They're probably already in your favorites. Just open up the game, go to join, and then select favorites in the bottom left-hand corner.
Steam can't count. It's a well-known thing.
Yeah. No problem. Fun stats about Arc for Tuesday evening. Yes, actually, we put in a fix to properly track PvP damage, so I'm going to be resetting people's PvP stats probably tomorrow or later on this evening, and then we can actually see what's going on.
Can we then turn on PvP for the inside server?
Oh, yes, of course. Treasure chests looted. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I might have to look at being able to track that. I didn't think of that. But anyways, need to wrap up the Arc chitter chatter and move on to 7 days. So there's some exciting things happening in the world of 7 days. It's not so exciting for Nani because it's causing him a major pain in the bottom.
It is.
And the exciting thing is the supporter server is being updated with drum roll. Boom, 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 boom. Do you think you can get it working before I announce it?
I don't know, to be fair. He's done something with the way I usually do it for the vanilla servers, not for the darkness because Kane provides the map, but the way he does it is similar. He random generates a world in the game, in the client, and then he drops his darkness specific POIs in there. What this dude's done is he's modified the in-game random world gen system. So the idea being is you set the server to just use a random world gen world. On the first boot, it starts up, and then he automatically sets everything that he wants to set. The problem being is it's coming up with a lot of POI errors, and I've got a ticket in on his Discord trying to find out. He's American, so it might well be late when he gets back to me, trying to find out what is going on, because I can see no reason why it shouldn't work at this moment.
Okay,
it's a waiting game, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so the mods we're trying to, or Nani's trying to get working on our supporter-only server for 7 days is a mod called War of the Walkers, kind of Walking Dead kind of themed twist on 7 Days to Die. Hopefully we'll have that up and running soon.
Hopefully, yes. The big changes in this one are things like NPC helpers. You can recruit people, you can have teams, and you can guide them around the map, kicking some ass.
So I'm actually quite excited to see that. Don't also forget that we've got the vanilla wipe next week. We're still trying to understand what the connection issues are we're having after every restart with authentication with Steam. It's still a problem for us, and we'll just keep on it. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is Rust. It works, it's playable, it's up, and it's awesome. And there's still a little bit of testing left to do. Because of the way Rust works, it's a very fast-paced game. You have kind of 1 week sessions. After the week, the world is wiped. You get to keep your blueprints, and then you move on to the next week, with the end of the month being the final week, where everybody has all the best shit and they go and kill each other with extreme prejudice. And then the whole thing is wiped at the end of the month. So there's kind of like a really important wipe cycle that we have to make sure is working correctly. So Nani and Cube hopefully will be testing that in the very near future. And if that all goes well, we have an immense amount of work to do to make sure that we've got the website up to date, all the documentation up to date, and the server is prepped for the next full wipe, which is enforced by the game developers. And then we're ready to do a full season. But the important thing about Rust is no fun without players. Just goes without saying. So we need to make sure that we have done enough promotion to ensure the server is populated from the start of next season. If we don't feel we're there yet, then we won't launch Rust on the first Thursday of next month?
Mike,
right,
yes,
I think?
it's the first Thursday of each month, which will make that the 4th.
Yeah. So we're angling for the 4th, but if we haven't got everything in place by then, we have no hesitation to say Rust won't be launching on WNG this month because we want it to be a good experience for everybody. So we'll keep you up to date on that one. Do we have any more questions or suggestions before we wrap it up?
That is indeed a you issue, Jealous.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is if we let people drop eggs like that, what was happening is people would just run the wyvern trench, take all the eggs, fly away, lose the wyverns, and then they would just drop them from the air, and then they would sit in a big pile on the floor for however long it takes those eggs to decay, which is a long time. And the nests don't respawn.
Well, that's the problem. The eggs don't decay.
Yeah, so those eggs stay there, and the nests won't respawn. And again, it was a case of a few people ruining it for everybody else.
So originally we didn't have that piece of functionality in. We'd let people responsibly dispose of their eggs. However, we started coming across eggs floating in the air, eggs in random places, and people complaining that the wyvern trenches weren't respawning, having cleared all the wyverns. And there were no eggs.
Apart from when you drop them from the air, Jealous, obviously. If you want to start with a red gun, I can come straight in, and you can be the first. But yeah, admins in general, we're already up to our armpits and stuff to do, so we can't be chasing around the server for people doing dumb things. We just stop it.
So until something becomes a problem, we don't, or till something becomes an issue, we typically don't take action on it. We want to trust our community to deal with things responsibly. Until that trust is broken, we'll quite happily let people do things however they want to do them. But it became a problem that was impacting gameplay for other people on the server, so we had to do something.
No, we can't.
No, we can't do that.
We won't be developing any more dev time into that because we've got stuff like Rust to release, we've got the GameBridge system in the background, we've got new docs servers, there's other servers we're going to bring up for supporters, and it all just takes away from that. And while we're on the subject of things like that as well, I want to remind everybody again that cave taming dinos is an exploit, will be removed. You've all been warned. I was watching some conversations in general chat the other day about people, well, if I can do it, I can do it. Please don't. Because the more time we spend doing stuff like that, the less time we do the good stuff that you will need.
So the biggest thing that we want to work on right now is giving you guys a bit more content in Ark and Rust. The content in Ark will be player-built bases that will be blueprinted, put into the game for other players to raid automatically. And they will have loot and defense, active defenses and dino defenses as well. That's what we're focused on. So what we got to try and get away from is reacting to what are perceived as small requests. Can't you just do this, or could you quickly do that, or can you just change this? Nothing is a simple change. Oh no, totally. I agree. I'm not talking about that particular thing, but our key focus at the moment is Rust, maintaining the performance on our existing servers, and providing you guys with something else to do in Ark that is fun, engaging, and entertaining. And that's going to be player raidable bases. So on that final note then, I am still looking for a couple more people who would like to build a base with defenses. Tell me where you want dinos in it, and we can spawn dinos in and put them in it as well. That base will then be blueprinted. It'll be put into the game, and it'll go into a pool of bases designed by players on the cluster. And those bases will spawn at either, preset locations around the various maps. They will announce themselves, and then the tribe will have an opportunity to go and destroy that base. At the center of the base will be critical points or capture points. You have to destroy all of those, and then you've officially beaten the base. That will be tracked by our stats as well, so you can see which tribes are performing the best. And everything in that base will be lootable. So the chests, you will be able to take whatever's in them when the base was blueprinted, templated. Are the players required to use their own resources to make said base? Yes, I think so, given how vastly easy it is to get resources on the main part of the cluster. I don't see any reason why. When I'm saying a base, it doesn't have to be like a behemoth monstrosity. It can just be, for the basic raiding base, you might just have like a square box with some walls, some chests in it, some hatch frames on top with like a dozen turrets, and that's your starter base. Call that raid 1 or something. Raid 2 could be like a collection of like 4 or 5 satellite pillboxes, maybe, with a big base in the middle that has to be then taken out to win that base. Stuff like that. So yeah, there's the base designs can be done on the main cluster. I need to pick a map where they can be done because we have to install some software that allows us to capture the base once it's built in game and then be able to spawn that entire base in. But I think that's quite exciting. So volunteers to, either that or you can design the base, give me the design, and I'll put it in and still credit you with the build. So hand-drawn pictures, welcome. All answers on the postcard in the dojo. We could use it to relocate an entire base, I suppose. But that being a manual process, I don't think we'd have time for that, to be honest. It's like, unless somebody actually wanted to pay to have their base relocated, I don't know. In which case, I'd make time.
It would have to be a premium feature. It would. Because
Yeah.
I can see that going crazy.
Yeah. It would actually destroy the base. So you'd blueprint it, save it, destroy it, and then spawn it in somewhere else. Fortunately, the deadies wouldn't be a problem because they would just be a number. But yeah, so ideas around that would be awesomely welcome. One other thing that I'm going to do as well for Docs players out there, I'm going to create a reaction role for you all so I can keep you up to date with the changes to those servers without pinging the entire ARC community. So keep an eye out for that as well. I think that just about covers us for today. We do have 2 suggestions pending approval. And I was looking at them earlier. One of them is, where is it? Suggestion review. Here we go. Theophilus, are you listening tonight?
Was here.
Hmm?
Were here.
Was. Is Theo about? Theo's suggestion is, can we increase the stack size of, in particular, wyvern milk? Now, my immediate response to that is unfortunate. Well, we can do it, but we're not going to. Most wyverns don't require milk for taming. And if you do you need to get some milk for your imprint. I would invest in a nanny before trying to breed wyverns. So you want to do the bases and place a raidable base on a turtle. Not imprint or taming. The suggestions about not imprint or taming. So my thoughts on this is, does it need changing? Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Does he get that he probably doesn't need it unless he's doing a really bad wyvern?
Yeah, most wyverns above 160 don't even need milk. I lobbed down to 165 last week, just grew it with nothing. Yeah, you must have got like severely unlucky with a food stat there. I've never seen a 195 wyvern die at all from food.
It might be 195, but it's still got to get through all of its health, and you just heal it.
As the wyvern levels, it will gain health as it goes up, and that health is enough to offset the food. Or should be. It has been on everyone I've grown.
Yeah, so Giga's saying 19 food one, he had to heal it.
Yeah.
But he bred that out. Cool.
Yeah, there might be certain conditions with really low food. They might need a couple of milk.
But that's part of the game. It's not supposed to be. That's the whole point of the game. The wyvern milk is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to stack up like 100 of it, leave it in a fridge, and then kind of come back later. It's about planning. If you've got a wyvern that you really want. Yeah, 30 food should be fine. As it gets, well, as its growth increases, it's the health and food that's available to it increases as well. You have to sit there and just watch it for half an hour and see what happens. Record your results. But yeah, so stack sizes on wyvern milk. Not really inclined to mess with that, to be honest. The other suggestion that came in from Tuto DS was a mod called Best Egg Mod, which allows you to pick the best stats from all of the dinos in range and apply them to the next dino that's born. Which, to be honest, everybody that's put a lot of time and effort into breeding their dinos and having exclusive access to some very good dino level dino tames and breeding lines, it's basically just kick them in the balls and tell them to stuff off. So that's not happening.
No, we're not doing dino hybrids either. I'll fight you to the end over that. There is no way I want to see a Bronto with a Trike's head wandering around the game. I'll delete the server before that happens.
What noise does it make?
I will delete all 12 before that happens. There's no way on earth I would stand for that.
You could say
Go
if you
play
want that
Docs.
kind of craziness, go over to Doc's Hardest.
Yeah, go play Docs. Don't ruin everybody else's game.
Bridge mod?
That is a
Yeah,
good question.
that is a very good question.
That's a very nice mod. And seeing how some people are accomplishing things like that would also ease server stress, I reckon.
Do you think?
Yeah. Have you seen some of the bridges that have been built? And the way people are stepping over things? Yeah, it would absolutely help and look a damn sight better.
It's in suggestions. If you go into suggestions, I think it's one of the last suggestions we've got pending to deal with. Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like a rope bridgy type Indiana Jones setup. Yeah,
Copy link. Here we
kind of
go.
extendable bridges like the tech bridges. They look
Yeah, that's
awesome,
the
and
one.
they kind of fit better than the tech bridges. I think they look terrible.
No, I'm definitely down with it. It's just it's never been a massive necessity, but yeah, I think some good points there about it.
I definitely will advocate for the bridge mod.
Promise I'll update the mod too. That would be cool. Like tech dinos that are kind of a bit like rusty and old and cool. I think we'll call it an evening for this evening. We're just coming up to an hour. Those two suggestions are going to be declined, unfortunately, before they even hit the voting stage, given what we've just talked about and some of the reactions in chat. Giveaway. I give away my life to help you with to help keep this art cluster running. So does Nani, and Sandy, and John.
It's definitely giveaway time. What are you going to give us?
Yeah, come on.
I'm up for something. It's my birthday soon.
Yeah, it's Nani's birthday. The giveaway goes the other way. See, that's what we need: support and love.
And YouTube subs. I'd really like 100 for my birthday.
I want more.
We'll see how much we're loved, and then maybe the giveaways next week will reflect on how many likes Nani gets.
Love it.
It's on Thursday. Calm down. Calm down. Thursday. Save them for Thursday. Or a flamethrower, yeah. Allegedly. That's not me. Saying if you miss roundtables, you can always watch them on that very same YouTube link.
You know, I might just turn on the Fred birthday functionality just for Nani.
Do I get cake?
Well, will Fred eat it?
Fred'll eat cake. Fred eats
Yeah, no.
everything.
A little Robo Fred. He can shout out people when it's their birthday if they choose to tell him.
See, I knew Daedrith had subscribed. See, proper ninja there. And Arca. See,
Oh, I love it.
these are the real ones right here. These are.
Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I know. I'm confused because we did maintenance this morning. I thought it was Thursday tomorrow too.
Why would we be disliking you, Shira? What have you done? Have you just dropped yourself in it?
No. Just had to be different and not use dark mode. Actually, I found out something interesting. Liking and subscribing is good. Notifications can be bad. And I will explain this to why later. Or no, I can explain it now.
You may as well. We're just coming up on an hour. You've got 4 minutes.
Yeah, well, this is what I've heard. It's not confirmed, obviously, but a number of people who know or supposed to know how these things work have discussed it in great detail. Liking a video is good, or liking a channel is good because it says, it's good, and Google go, yay, we think it's good, people think it's good, so we'll promote this some more, and you'll get more views and stuff like that. Subscribing to a channel is good because, again, it's just like a like saying, I'm interested in this channel. I want to watch stuff on it and I want to see all this content they put out. But clicking the notification button is good unless you ignore the notifications. So if I sign up to a channel, click notify me of that channel, and I get all these notifications saying that they're producing content, but I don't actually click on those notifications to go and watch any of that content, it tells Google I'm not actually interested in that channel. So Google's algorithm goes, okay, we're not going to promote that as much. So my message would be, unless you're actually planning on using the notification functionality because you want to know and click on the notifications to go and watch the video, don't. Does that make sense?
Oh dear Lord, we're 3 off. Guys, that's amazing. We're 3 off.
Do I have to subscribe to her own channel?
Yes.
I already am. Just checking that I am. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. There we go.
2 off.
Yes, I am already subscribed. But I haven't got the notifications ticked because I check the channel every day. So my message to you all is like, subscribe, don't notify.
1.
Unless you're actually going to use the notifications.
They're absolutely going for next week's giveaways. 1 left.
Heck, come on. Ooh.
I believe the commie nod said it better. Don't leave me this way. Starting on the 29th of July, channels will no longer be able to hide the subscriber count. Ooh.
Yeah, that's deliberate. That's very nice. I like that. So why did you guys how come you've not produced anything else? I mean, it's like I know modding is intensely time consuming and hard and stuff, but you started something there. Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, I work full time, and Wicked Ninja Games is not my fault, is not my job. But it is. Yeah, I upgraded to 64 gigs of RAM just to be able to reliably use the dev kit. Nice.
Awesome. See, this makes me happy.
Well, actually, saying that, I had 32 and I kept running out of memory, especially when working with mods like S Plus and stuff like that. So who's the 3D, or who's the artist and who's the coder? I haven't typically seen those go hand in hand.
Ultrons was the 3D modeler.
No, Kuro and Arca
Okay, between the two.
Yeah, Kuro's the artist. Nice. It looks really good. I love it. For my part in modding Arc, visual stuff, 3D modeling, artistry is not my thing. Can't do that to save my life. Yeah, that's exactly it, Arca. That's kind of what I do. The mod that we have on the cluster is just there to add functionality, fix things, and make things work how they should. Do you know? I think the model for the Tech Wyvern armor is still in the game. That would be a good one to resurrect. Oh, that's cool. See your thought process there. Love it.
Right then, shall we wrap up? We've just gone over an hour. We're actually an hour and 2 now.
Yeah, I think we should.
For tonight's quick roundtable.
Yeah, it was totally quick. Love it. Quickity quick.
I guess it's your turn to do the ending
Visibility.
this week then. Since we've been rolling
Bye,
around.
everyone.
Oh, come on. Do it properly.
Oh, okay. We've been the Wicked Ninjas. You have all been awesome. Thank you, and see you all next week.
Good night.
See, my endings kick ass.